The Louis F. Schultz Jr. Distinguished Service Award is presented annually to a person whose dedication to our community is reflected in ongoing volunteerism. Midge Renton's record of service is too vast to enumerate without a dedicated biographer. Highlights include being one of the originators of Rogue Community College, founding Froggo Fair, which delighted local children for 45 years, mentoring college-bound students with Aspire, serving on the board of Family Solutions, and also a long tenure on the board of the Four-Way Community Foundation. The Distinguished Service Award comes with a check for $10,000 to a local nonprofit. Midge has selected Project Youth Plus. We're pleased that Midge will now be introduced by her longtime best friend, Phyllis McGill.
55 years of memorable moments with Midge Renton and family. I met her husband, Bill, in the driveway, and he said he had just bought the home next door. This was December of 1965. He and his wife and the 3 little boys would be moving from the San Francisco Bay Area in January. Then Midge heard about living next door to a neighbor with 4 kids, and she would be living next door to an older woman with a year-old daughter. Tom and I introduced them to the joys of floating the Rogue River many times, and among our adventures were taking seven kids to visit Midge's folks in San Francisco, 7 kids to Disneyland, and 7 kids to Portland and Astoria. We didn't lose anyone. 4 of us struck out many times. We traveled the Oregon Desert, heading north to the Columbia and closed the circle back to Grants Pass. Another story in itself was Tom saved Bill's life on the Rogue River in 1976. In 1974, Midge and I went to Hong Kong and Japan, and which included spending the 4th of July in Tokyo Disneyland. Many trips together to exotic places like Egypt, Croatia, and Victoria, and the most interesting trip was Washington, D.C., where we got lost in the mall and walked 8 miles. Two very tired ladies. We bonded. Tom fell and Bill came to help him, but that didn't happen. Tom died in Bill's arms, and we put Tom and Bill together in the Rogue River so they would enjoy the mighty Rogue forever. We're still great friends, sharing all of our life experience.
This is so exciting for this antique. And it's kind of like the Academy Awards as I look back over the last 55 years. As I look at all the previous recipients, I am wowed to be part of this group. I even voted for 9 of them and presented for Mary Lou Thompson and the Wendells. The bravery of Linda Hugel stands out in the end of her fight against cancer. And Bob Bean, who sponsored me for Rotary. And a funny story about Donna Jean Wendell. I gave her a phone call. Her son answered, but she couldn't come to the phone. Her fingernails were drying. John Reinhardt cornered me to collect rocks to be painted from my students at Fort Fenoy School, for table decorations, for the Rotary Conference here in Grants Pass. Just memories of fine people who have moved on. It's a privilege to be on this list, and hopefully I can live up to it. People ask me, what do I do? I pondered a moment and came up with, I am an active community volunteer. I like that more than community activist. That sounds too political. To play a role in something, in some fine organizations like University Women, with the Frog Affair, PEO for women's education, family solutions for abused children, and bringing families into harmony. The Grants Pass Rotary Club is where we reach out to make a community better, place to work and play in. And of course, the 10 years serving on the board of Four-Way Community Foundation. There, each member comes packing the gear to take on a world through small nonprofits to do their job from all the above and a few below. I am so grateful that I could be part of them. It is Grants Pass' gift to me, and I don't see myself slowing up. I recall some special moments on my road to this award. Rowe Community College has its prime space, for me especially, when its brand new board, we got into 2 cars and drove up I-5, trying to find out how a community college works. We were very, very green. Community Concert was an early adventure. A new member to Grants Pass, I set out to sell memberships. I blinked twice and was suddenly the board chair. I guess you have to begin somewhere. For AUW, from our art show, we made a few $100s, and money does burn a hole in your pocket. So we said, why don't we start a children's festival? That lasted 45 years. Through these and other organizations, I managed to stick my nose into the life of nonprofits. That's something I plan to keep doing. There might be another award to gain. Even in retirement, volunteerism is my middle name, and with it comes no barriers to age, income, or innate ability. There's a place for all of us, and the rewards are infinite. Not being paid for the job gives me the perspective on being a need in an often dollar-short society. When I volunteered at North Valley High School, mentoring college-bound kids weekly, my mantra was, I'm not your mother, I'm not your teacher, and I don't get paid for this, with an emphasis on I don't get paid. I realized that they too can go to the community and give their time, and that looks really good on a scholarship application. The world is full of challenges, and maybe my next one is just around the corner. Lastly, what a joy it is to present a great nonprofit such as Project Youth Plus with the $10,000 award. They put their hearts into making this a better place for children and young adults as they direct their goals for their future. Once again, I thank you all for supporting people like me to reach out, working in a better place for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much to the Four-Way Community Foundation, and thank you so much, Midge, for thinking of us. Congratulations, what an honor. We will put this gift to great use at Project Youth Plus.